うもです。第2回シャーロック・ホームズ罪と罰ゆっくり実況プレイ始めていきます。
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
ふむ、事件現場の保存はバッチリなんだね。
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
さて、探偵眼は鷹の目よりも高性能なのか。ああ、切り替えてなかったね。おや、分析にはじっくり時間をかけるタイプでしたか。よし。
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool. This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in.
一応裏も調べてみるか。意味ありげなスペースだ。
What a terrible way to die.
珍しい死に方ではあるけれど、あまり苦しまずに死んでそうだな。この時代にしては恐ろしい死に方ということかな。今では伝染病で死ぬ方が恐ろしいと思うけどね。
Harpoons for hunting whales.
そんなもの飾ってるから、もしかしたら護身用だった可能性が。
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
スムーズにパクったな。
Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting.
さっきのブーツは何に使うのだろうか。
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
おや？明らかになんか置いてた跡が。
The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
ふむ、探偵眼を使わないとダメなのね。
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
大きさまでは素人目ではわかりませんでした。
Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a whaling map.
左側はこんなものかな。
The ship.
アイコンが調査済みになってないな。今後また調査することになるのかな。さて、向こう側の調査をするか。
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
次は机を。
Someone drank from this glass recently.
犯人とお酒を飲んでたのかな。
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
ああ、反対側から見るのか。ずっと表側で揃えようとして時間がかかっちゃった。
Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
これもパクるのか。今一番現場を荒らしてる可能性があるね。
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
あとは、この辺りだけかな。
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
裏かな？いや違うな。開けないのかな？探偵眼でもない。
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
そこだったか。
These abbreviations mean something, but what? Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
まだなんかあるのかな。
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
これで現場の調査は完了。
The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack.
迅速な判断だったんだね。でも犯行は無計画？ふむ、ヒントを結びつけて推理を導くのね。ほう？
Ha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry. Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
登場人物がまだ他にも。
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
ああ、小屋の裏のスペースはそのためだったか。この辺りに来たらイベントが進むのかと。
Mr. Holmes?
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
あれ？
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
完全に入り込むまで待つとは、なかなかに慎重だね。
Mr. Holmes?
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
手違いだとしても、そこまでひどくないかもね。今回はここまで。最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございます。それでは、また次回。